I Won't Get Fooled Again might have been a very popular rock song for the group The Who, but it's also a very biblical concept. In James chapter 1, verse 14 tells us that each man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed, or his own desires and enticed. And desire, when it conceives, gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. The fascinating thing about this whole concept in these verses that we've already looked at a little bit already is that when we think about sin, it's not just a single act, but it's a process. And Satan, through his cunning craftiness, is able to make temptation appear like it's not temptation. No temptation really looks like temptation, and we know that because of that word about enticed. The word there in the original means to bait a hook. It also carries with it the connotation or the idea of setting the trap or baiting the trap. You see, no animal is just going to walk into a trap. No fish is going to bite a hook unless there's something there to entice him, something that hides the real trap that exists, something that hides the real hook that's there to capture that animal, that creature. And Satan works that way with us. He disguises, he hides the temptation so that it doesn't look like temptation. And then when we sink into it, when we walk into it, well, then we realize it's not what it appeared to be. And notice the text says that when that desire that we have, when we're enticed by that desire conceives and it gives birth to sin. And then sin, when it's full grown, brings forth death. That's not at all what we were looking for when we were tempted by that desire, when we were enticed, when we were drawn in by that desire. We're drawn away from what we know is right to something that will become wrong, even though we may not see it at the very beginning. That's why verse 16 says this: "Do not be deceived, my beloved brethren." Don't be fooled.